Right, now this is a project that I've had on the list for a while, is this job here. Now, as you can see, for it to go from what we're going to probably say is closed as there to there, there's not a lot of movement, right? However, any kind of movement is, well, increase in this is going to be good. First of all, movement of this. Now, I'll see if we can jam you in there. You can see that the thing on the back, there's a bit of meat there, and also we might be able to do a little bit of a relief there. So what we're trying to get is that to get a little bit further out, because once that hole is open, yeah, the more it's open, I guess, the more we can flow. I guess once it's open, it's open. But the bigger thing is probably smoothing out this transition here. Also, you can see the size of that sort of being at least up to my knuckle. This one here, yeah, no, not a big, not a huge hole there. So pulling that off and giving that a good grind as well. So we're going to give some of these grinding attachment things. I've actually got, where is it? There's one there. So I kind of wanted to use that to get into there and smooth that transition out. It is just some cheap cast, so it shouldn't take much to make a bit of a, yeah, make a bit of a nicer transition. Just trying to avoid some boost creep. Little jobs like this always help, so let's give it a go. Well, that's not bad. It's better. It might take a little bit of the edge off. And again, took a little bit off the top of that, and then no way, it's going to be absolutely marginal, but hey, hopefully every little bit counts. I'm also considering whether we just also weld this is a 2.5 inch V-band, we weld a 3 inch V-band on this to then allow for a bigger dump pipe as well. So it'll go straight from this, well, I guess from the outlet, which is, that's a good question. Why don't we throw the old verniers on those. All right, what do we got there? That is, yeah, 2.5-ish, maybe even less, maybe 2.25. So 2.25 on that, plus any wastegate flow through this, which then steps, yeah, there's a bit of a step up there too. So what do we got in there? So that is, yeah, that's down to just a 2 inch. So yeah, we may actually have a go at trying to get that a little bit bigger, but anywho's, so it's going from a 2.25 inch outlet with wastegate to necking down to a 2 inch, and then straight up to a 3 inch. So yeah, I guess. Oh, and those yeah, those sort of grinding drill bits, no, they're just not the go. They didn't really work, and neither did these old these grinding bits as well. The best thing, this finger sander. That's so good, that thing. I've used it so many times for different stuff, but yeah, they're cheap products, but hey, with a little bit of elbow grease, hopefully they can be made to work. So there we go. It's the transition we want it to do. Right. And as luck would have it, all my batteries are dead. So I've actually got 5 batteries, 2 of which have degraded so much they don't hold a charge. So I've only got 3 left, and I had one powering the stereo, one on this, and then I think I had one on the grinder, I think it was. Both of those 2 here were like a little bit low, and then I tried to do a bit of a swap around and everything, hoping that one of the degraded ones could run the stereo. Long story short, they're all charging. Anyway, so trying to, I mean, there's a very minimal lip now. I could take a bit more out of it, and I may do in the future. But what I want to do now is take the rear housing off, because that doesn't need a power tool. And if it does, I guess I'm getting the breaker bar out. Okay, now as you can see, you might be able to see down there, I'm not too sure. There is that transition between the exhaust housing and this adapter, seems fine. This part in here does actually neck down like probably a middle all the way around, so yes, I am going to keep doing that because I feel like I've got enough meat here that that's not going to make a difference. Here's our wastegate flapper, and it does not move far. So I need to make the most out of the hole. That's the hole. That's the flapper. So I'm going to try and get the 2 next to each other. You can see that the flapper is quite a bit bigger than the hole. So let's measure it out, eh? There it is. Flapper is just under 32. Hole is just over 20. So I could take quite a bit out of this. In saying that, now obviously with the turbo right here, I don't want cast steel iron shavings going into this. So what I'm going to try and do is just take the rear housing off. I'm wondering if actually a Christmas tree drill bit going into there as well could like help. Anyway, I'll get into that in a second. Let's get this puppy off. So I've scribed out where the flapper actually sits. We've got exhaust gases coming in here, so I need to transition that hole there, so the top part of that, and then transition that part there as well. So opening it out from that direction. Now, yeah, trying to eat into this stuff is going to take something pretty special, I'd imagine. Keep some of this stuff together so we don't lose them. There we go. Right. Yeah. Don't know what I'm going to use actually. It would be good to use like a bigger, so if it was centered, man, that would have been ideal. Even I can maybe just jam that on the angle. It's not going to mess it up too much. That's probably going to need the finger sander and a lot of patience. This might be able to eat into that. So fingers crossed. What else could I use? I mean, this does me pretty good, but it's only a 240 grit. I'd love to be able to get like a coarser piece for that. Anyway, I'll figure something out. that's come up pretty damn good. We can just see that, yeah, there you go, you can sort of see the trace. I want to leave some meat around the edge so it's got something to go to, but wow, what a difference. Good old, it's probably blunting the crap out of that, but hey, if I have to sacrifice a Christmas tree drill bit for this, I'm pretty okay with that. I can start looking at smoothing that out with the sander, but man, that has made a huge difference. Man, so good. Right, let's see what we can do with smoothing that now. Check this out. Look how well that finger sander has polished that up. Now obviously there's this, my main transition is that I want to be able to get exhaust gases that are coming in this direction here to get that transition there. So that's going to be my main focus, is just trying to get that edge there, which there's quite a bit of meat there as well, brought down. So if I can where are you guys? There you are. So just where it's kind of rough, I kind of want to take all that away. That's the plan. So I think I've got to come in from the other side. Okay, this is looking a million times better. I've sort of taken a big chunk out of kind of that bit down there, so there's more of a gradual transition into it as well, because it has to go there and almost go straight down. So as you can see, way bigger. I've done the old light test as well, put the adapter there on it and double checked, but I'm so happy with that now. I could probably take a little bit more out of the, yeah, that corner there and that corner there to help it. Well, actually probably leave that there to help it with the transition down, but you can sort of see that there's probably more taken out of the bottom than the top. So very happy with that. If I have to put a pin in it, I'm pretty happy. Looks like I'm wearing it today, so I better go clean myself up. Wind has picked up massively here, as you can hear, so I better go make sure that everything's actually still where it's supposed to be. I think we're washing out at the moment. There might be 3 paddocks over right now. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you later. Not sure what we're going to get into next time, but believe me, there'll be something. See ya.